Hey guys, DJ Jackson, 8-time world champ, 2-time ADCC vet, and I want to talk to you guys about an important concept to help us improve our jiu-jitsu. And that concept is being the nail and being comfortable with being the nail. A lot of people, a lot of us, we're not comfortable with being the nail when we fight. It's very uncomfortable. And one of the ways I learned this is I got my black belt in 4 years. Every time I tell someone I got my black belt in 4 years, they ask me how. I tell them it was wrestling. They kind of write off all the hard work that I put in. They're like, oh, it's because you wrestled. You got your black belt so fast. I'm like, it's not. But wrestling did help me a lot. And one of the things that wrestling helped me with was wrestling helped me be comfortable with being the nail. When I wrestled my first 2 years of high school, I was really bad. I wrestled my sophomore year. I wanted to be on varsity because I wanted one of those cool jackets that all the guys would wear. And so I asked to wrestle off for the varsity spot, and I got absolutely beat down. And then the coach immediately came up to me after the match and was like, no man, like don't worry about how bad it was. Just keep trying. Just keep trying. Keep working. You're on the right path. I wasn't on varsity that year. The guy in my weight class was one of the best in the nation. Our whole team was stacked top to bottom. But the next year when he graduated, I was able to be on varsity. But if I didn't do that year, I would have stayed on JV my junior year as well. And I might have gotten on varsity my senior year if I didn't just end up quitting like some of the other wrestlers did. So learning that being the nail wasn't a bad thing was one of the best things that wrestling taught me, because I would get beat down in the training room. But when I would go to fight in competitions, I'd always do much better than most of the people expected, because I was used to training with some of the best guys in the nation. If you're training with a 4-time state champ in high school and you go and you're fighting just regular high school wrestlers, you're gonna be much more prepared than if I would have avoided those wrestling matches. If I would have avoided, like, oh, I don't want to train with this guy today because last time I trained with him, he hurt me pretty bad. You know, like, those aren't injuries. Those are just like superficial pain. We got to go through that. And so we have to be able to deal with that. And so being comfortable with being the nail was one of the biggest things that wrestling taught me. And that relates to jiu-jitsu, because when I first started training jiu-jitsu and I had to put the gi on, I would get tapped so many times, like an ungodly amount of times with the same submission. It was my fault because at the beginning, I didn't ask my teammates for help, so I was making the same mistake over and over and over again. And then one of the black belts on the team told me, he's like, there's nothing wrong with making a mistake. The only thing that's wrong is if we don't fix the mistake. Make a mistake, fix the mistake, and don't make the same mistake again. And once I really internalized that, I started to do much, much better. You know, I make a mistake, I fix the mistake, I wouldn't make that same mistake again. Or if I would do my best to not make that same mistake again. No matter what, like even if I get put in close guard, I'm trying to get my knee in the middle, or someone's collar dragging me or loop choking me, I'm trying to break that grip right away. And some guys were really fast, so they were still able to do it to me. But during competition, those things didn't happen because I was dealing with that stuff in practice. But if we avoid tough roles, we avoid training with good guys because we don't want to, like, maybe we had a bad day. So when I go in the gym, I'm like, all right, today I'm just gonna have an easy day. When I go to the competition and the goal is to win the competition, it's gonna be much harder because I'm not gonna be used to dealing with those situations. We need to put ourselves in position to deal with those things in training so we don't deal with them, so we're prepared for them in competition. Like in competition, they're gonna happen. When you're on one side of the bracket, you make it to the finals, whoever's on the other side, that same guy's won just as many matches as you. He's done just as much work, if not more than you. So we need to make sure that no matter what, we're prepared to our fullest to be able to fight against these guys. No, we're not trying to go to the tournament, win 2 matches and go get acai. We're trying to get on the medal stand, win a gold medal, and do our absolute best. And no matter what, if we don't win, there's no problem with that. fix the mistakes we made. Don't make those same mistakes again. So make a mistake, fix a mistake, don't make those same mistakes again. One of the most important things to help me in developing my jiu-jitsu, because I made a lot of mistakes. Training, I made a lot of mistakes. Competing, but I would fix these mistakes with me and my instructor, Lloyd Irvin. We'd fix these mistakes, and when we got to the World Championships, I wouldn't make these mistakes. I've never won Pan Ams. This is one of the most terrible things in my life. I was winning in the finals of Pan Ams, and I was fighting a guy named Will Durkee as a purple belt. And this was just about 10 years ago. I remember his name. I remember the match like it was yesterday, because it hurt my soul. And I'm standing in front of him. I'm winning the entire match. 30 seconds left, about 30 seconds left. I put my hands down like I don't know what I thought I was. But he grabbed my collar, he pulled me, he shot. I turned away, he jumped on my back. I had to put my back on the mat to keep him off of my back. 2 points. And I lost my Pan Am gold medal. Like, I could feel the gold medal throughout the match. Like, I was doing so well during that tournament. And I basically, the gold medal that I could feel, I was like, here you go. I handed it away. And that pain, that hurt was able to help propel me to not make those same mistakes in the major competitions. So there's nothing wrong with making a mistake. We have to fix the mistake and don't make the same mistake again. Also, we have to make sure that we're not looking for easy roles at the gym. We can't try to find the easy way out. If we're getting easy roles, then we're not going to be in positions to make mistakes. We're going to have a great day of training. We're going to tap all our friends, and we're going to go to the tournament, and then someone's going to do some stuff we've never seen before. We need to make sure that we're training with the best guys that we can. And if we're training with the best guys that we can, and then our gym isn't suitable for, if we don't have anyone that does certain things, we still have to do our best to learn and fix the mistakes that we made. So, for instance, if I'm training and knowing that my gym plays butterfly guard, because butterfly guard seems like an ancient technique right now. It's like everyone Barimbalos, everyone else, but absolutely no one plays butterfly guard. I go to a competition, a guy butterfly guard sweeps me 1,000 times. We need to learn how to defend the butterfly guard. Even if you have to find a teammate and you're like, hey man, like, I know you're a Barimbolo guy. I know this is what you do. Hey, do you mind playing butterfly guard on me today so that I can learn how to defend butterfly guard? Like, I know how to defend Barimbolo. I'm doing well with that right now. But do you mind doing this to me so that I can make sure that that doesn't happen to me again? Because I don't want to get butterfly guard in the competition again. So make mistake, fix the mistake, don't make the same mistake again. And for the most part, if you ask our teammates for help, I've never been in a situation where I've asked a teammate for help and they've not helped me immediately. Like, jiu-jitsu is a great sport. It's a family sport. We all feel like a family. Like, I've gotten messages online that I've responded to immediately. You know, like, if someone has a question, you help the person out. It's just how jiu-jitsu works. No one in jiu-jitsu got good by themselves. Someone had lifted us up, so people are always looking for the people behind them to lift them up. We just have to make sure that we don't get any misconceived notions in our head that that person's supposed to see it or he's supposed to know. Like, oh, he loop choked me, so he should know I don't know how to defend a loop choke. He should just tell me. He doesn't know that. He's going on about his day after that. He probably forgot about most of the role. But when you ask him how to defend the loop choke, he's gonna tell you. Then you figure out how to defend it, you drill the defense, and then you don't make that same mistake again. So, of the utmost importance to make a mistake, fix the mistake, don't make that same mistake again. Also, when we're training, something that I see a lot is people stopping for like superficial injuries. Like, if there's a inadvertent knee to the head or an inadvertent kick or elbow or something, and it doesn't really hurt, but you're so tired that you're like, oh, it hurts, I need time. Like, that's not good. That's gonna, because when we fight in competition, and someone does that to us, we're not going to get time. Sometimes we will, most of the time we won't. And the referee is just going to look at you as you tap, and he's just going to, like, why are you mad at me? Like, you're the one who got choked out. I didn't see the headbutt, or I didn't see the knee to the head. So if we're training and we're able to deal with that, we go through that during training, then we're going to be prepared to deal with that in competition. And we're going to understand that, all right, if you get knee to the head in training, you can't just stop. You got to get away from your opponent, because your opponent isn't going to stop. In the finals of worlds, he paid his plane ticket from Brazil or from wherever he's from to come to America to fight in the world championships, and he's won 7 matches to be in the finals, and it's you and him in the finals. He's not stopping. I'm not stopping either. So it's the ref's job to stop us. So if something does happen, we need to make sure that we can at least hold ourselves together enough to let the ref know, like, okay, I need time. There was an accident happened. I need a little bit of time to get myself together. And then if you can do that, then you'll be all right. But I've fought people. I've lowered my level. I've shot a double leg in the world championships in the absolute division at purple belt. Someone tried to block their double leg with my head, and as you can see, my head's huge, and we headbutted. He turned away, and I immediately choked him out, and I won the finals of purple belt worlds, the absolute division. And I was ecstatic, and he was really, 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 really mad, and no one gave one flying crap about how mad he was. We didn't even know. I was like, I don't know what he's talking about. No one knew what he was talking about. And then after, he told me, like, oh, you headbutted me. Oops, my bad. And that's all he got. That's all you're ever going to get. So we have to make sure that we don't expect our teammates will stop if we ask them to. But if we can go through these superficial injuries, we'll be significantly more prepared to deal with that in competition. And especially if competition is our main goal, if winning world titles is your main goal, if doing the best that we can do in jiu-jitsu is our main goal, it's very important that we have to be able to deal with a certain amount of superficial injuries. Now, some things we're not going to be able to deal with. You get a really hard kick to the groin. Most refs are paying attention now, and they'll be able to stop the match, and you'll be able to get a break. Also, people won't see it, so you have to make sure you tell the ref, like, let the referee know what happened so you can get that time, or else you're just going to get tapped out and then be really, really, really mad. And again, no one is going to care. And one of the major things, not major things, but one of the things that I think was always good in my career was I've never been submitted in my weight class as a black belt. And I'm proud of that. But also, I compete a lot, so it's not really, like, it's bound to happen eventually. But it's because I compete so much. But the reason that I haven't been submitted is because I've been submitted so many times in the gym by so many different positions, by so many different people, and I'm able to deal with so many different things that no matter what happens, like, even if I end up getting swept and I don't know what that person did to sweep me, that immediately I know how to defend myself, because I'm used to being in these bad positions. I'm used to being in the hot water, in the flames. If you can put yourself in the flames and embrace it, embrace the grind, then you're gonna be better off. You're gonna be able to deal with this stuff in competitions. But if you're always used to being the hammer, if you just hammer your teammates, you avoid the toughest guys in the gym and just hammer the lower guys under you, when it comes time to compete, when you have to be in that fire, you're not going to be used to it. Some people can flip the switch. Most people can't. I'm one of the guys who can't. I can't flip the switch. When I train, I have to train hard when I'm training for competition. When I train for competition, I train exactly like I'm going to fight in the competition. Most of my teammates do that as well, because we understand that if you train soft, you're going to fight soft. It's very rare that I see someone who's able to train soft and fight hard. And so if you can, props to you. But for most of us, we need to make sure that we're putting ourselves in the same fire, not the same fire, a worse fire that we're going to be in competition. We don't want to have any surprises. We don't want to be like, oh my God, that guy was stronger than anyone I've ever grappled before. No, grab the biggest, strongest, fastest guy you can find during training and try to rip his head off. Probably won't work at first. He's probably going to rip your head off, but you'll be used to dealing with that much, much better, and you'll continuously improve. And that's the key to jiu-jitsu, is just getting 1% better every day. Every day you train, try to get 1% better. Make mistake, fix the mistakes. Don't make the same mistake again. There's nothing worse than losing a competition and not learning anything. We've all heard the phrase, you either win or you lose. And whether you believe that or not, that's neither here nor there. Or, I'm sorry, the phrase, you either win or you learn. And whether you believe that or not, that's neither here nor there. Like I've heard some people say, no, if you lose, like there's losing all the time. But I do believe you learn much more from your losses than you do from your wins, because your losses hurt. Like my loss at Purple Belt Pan Ams, when I lost in the finals, it hurt me. It hurt me deep. It still hurts me sometimes. And that ensured that I focused and didn't make stupid, silly mistakes that I already knew the answer to during major tournaments. So make sure that most of it is just focus. Make a mistake, fix a mistake, and then focus on not making the same mistake again. So we